Hello everyone, and welcome to your first day of, well, high school, I guess. My name is Rodney Adams. I'm going to be your Algebra I teacher for this year. So, first thing I need you to do is go to Google Classroom. Hopefully you've already signed in for it. If not, I really don't know how you're watching this video. But anyway, I need you to download the syllabus, and if possible, I need you to print the syllabus. There's going to be a final page that you're going to have to sign and have your parents sign and upload that to Google Classroom on Friday. Other than that, what I'm going to do today is go through the syllabus just like I would on a normal first day of school and give you some information about all the things that I've outlined. So to begin, if you haven't gotten your syllabus yet, I'm going to give you a few moments, like just pause the video, go find it, print it, do whatever you can. That way you have it with you. And you can text me any time of day. I will try and respond to you as soon as possible. But whenever you do text me, send me your name, your class period, and whatever your question is, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I've also given you my email. This is my school email, so if you don't have access to a cell phone or something like that, you have your Chromebook, so you're able to send me an email, but you might have to use a personal email account or the one that the school provided you. I'm not really sure. But again, I have my phone with me all the time. I will be able to respond to your questions as soon as I get them. The only thing is I usually don't have my sound on, so it may take me a little bit in order to actually see that you messaged me. But to begin, I'm going to give you a rough idea of what we're going to be covering in the class and how we're going to be covering it. So first off, the main goal will be to develop some sort of algebraic technique. So since this is Algebra I, we will be focusing on linear equations, quadratic equations, and systems of equations. Earlier in the year, some teachers got together and we decided that Algebra I needs to be cut down a little bit this year, especially since you haven't been in actual school since March. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to work on mostly linear equations. We're going to touch on quadratic equations, and the goal is to get all the way to systems of equations, which if you don't know anything that I'm talking about, that's perfectly fine. We'll go over it in class. The way that I'm going to be delivering material this year is I'm going to be recording videos like this where I am, I'm the one showing you how to do things. I'm the one who's teaching you, and it's going to basically be a lesson like I would normally give you in the classroom, except I'm recording it so you can pause, you can do whatever you need to do to keep up with it. So you can expect me to give you notes. I'm also going to be giving you practice problems, and I will be completing the practice problems the way that I expect you to do. So this is called a flipped classroom. Your homework for the weeks will be watching videos, and if we ever return to school, whenever we are there during the days, just in case you haven't been told, I think your last names going from A till I, or A to H, will be here on Monday and Tuesday, and then you will be virtual Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then I through Z will be here Thursday, Friday, and you'll be virtual Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So what I'm going to be doing is your homework on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whichever class you're going to be a part of, is going to be watching the video and doing something with it. So I might ask you to do a survey, I might ask you to do some practice problems, but like less than 5, just to show that you've actually watched the video. Another thing that I might be doing is whenever we actually do return to class, your homework, or your traditional homework, will be given on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday. So we'll actually be working on that in class instead of you having to go home and complete the problems then. One of the biggest things is I need you to keep up with due dates. Google Classroom has a feature called the calendar, where you can look at all of your classes for Google Classroom and when everything is due. I just need to make sure that you turn in things by the due date. I'm going to accept late work to a certain extent, but I'm not going to be very lenient about it. So, like 1 or 2 days is maybe okay, but 1 or 2 weeks, I'm not even going to look at it, and it's going to go straight into the garbage. So, other than that, I need you to upload your assignments to Google Classroom. If you're not sure how to do that, thankfully, Ms. Miller has made great videos for you to watch. I've linked them into the Google Classroom, and I will be making a video that deals with just the app. So I'm going to show you how you're able to use your phone to take pictures of the work. If you have an iPhone, you're at a little bit of an advantage because they have an app. The Notes app is able to like scan the page, and it makes it really pretty and makes me happy. But I'm an Android user, so it's going to take some learning to get to it. Whenever it comes to course materials, so the course materials here, I'm going to ask that you buy a 1-inch binder, and that's to keep graded assignments and notes. And I need this to be no larger than 1.5 inches, because anything bigger is just going to be too cumbersome, and you're not going to be able to carry it around or store it in your locker very well. If we're virtual halfway through the year and towards the end, I'm probably going to need you to purchase graph paper. If you're not able to purchase graph paper or any of the other things I've mentioned, let me know and I can provide it for you. Just send me a text message to me, an email, and we can work something out. But I'm not going to penalize you for not having the money to be able to buy it. Another thing is I need you to do your work only in pencil. The thing is, everybody's going to make mistakes. I'll even make mistakes, but I write digitally, so I'm able to erase it no matter what. The thing is, with using a pen, I don't want to see scratch marks and squibbles all over the place on the work. It makes it hard to follow. And I have a rule which says, you can't use ink unless you have a 4-year degree from whatever college in math. So other than that, I'm going to be pretty strict about it. If you do not use a pen, I'm going to ask that you... if you use a pen, I'm going to ask that you resubmit it in pencil. And after a few times, if you're not doing it in pencil, I'm just not going to accept it at all. So I just want to be upfront with that so you know what I expect of you. This next section, the class procedure and classroom rules, well, it's really just the classroom rules, but I need you to understand that these are mostly for whenever we come back to school. So some will pertain to you, some won't for right now. But, like the first one, in order to leave the classroom, you must wait until the middle 15. That is not my rule, that is the school's rule. So that's something that we have to follow. That means that if you have to use the restroom during, as soon as you come in, you better do it in between classes or something like that. So you're not allowed to leave during the first 15 or the last 15 minutes, just the middle 15. And I'm only letting one person out at a time. I'll have a hall pass. It's in the shape of a duck that says bathroom pass. Don't lose it. But other than that, we'll deal with this stuff whenever you actually come back. And if you really have to use the bathroom, for girls, if you have the monthly issues that you have and you just need to go to the bathroom, I completely understand. And if you don't feel comfortable telling me that, that's perfectly fine. Just let me know that, hey, it's an emergency, I need to go. Or, I really need to go to the bathroom. I will let you out. Just don't make a habit of it if you can. The second rule is you will not be able to use your cell phone during instruction and on some assignments. So if I give you a worksheet to do in class, I kind of don't want you to be on your phone, but I will allow you to use, to listen to music if we're not working on the assignment together. So if it's independent work, you can listen to music as long as it doesn't get too loud or become a distraction. then you're fine. But if it does get too loud or become a distraction, then your phone is going to be mine until the end of the class period or until the end of the day, depending on what you've done. Number 3 is I expect you to respect each other and to respect the objects in the room. And what I mean by that is I don't want you writing in books, writing on desks, talking while others are talking, all the things that have been drilled into you since kindergarten. And I want you to make sure that you understand that I will not tolerate any type of bullying. That includes name calling and harsh language. You can't call each other names. You can't just be rude to each other in my class. That's not acceptable. Number 4 is I expect you to remain open-minded. Math is a really hard subject to grasp your head around, and that's because you require a lot of practice to master it. So I don't expect you to be able to master something the very first time you see it. You may do that sometimes, and that's perfectly okay, but most of the time you're not going to understand it the first time you see it. You have to keep practicing and keep up with the material. So in other words, I want you to be patient, and I want you to know that you're here to learn, and I don't want to watch you fail. I will do everything in my power to help you understand the material, but with that, you have to keep working and not just give up on me, okay? And the 5th rule is foul language will not be tolerated. First time, I'll give you a warning, verbal warning. I also have pieces of paper that tell you exactly what went wrong and why, like what the consequences will be. Any other time that I hear, language like that, I'm going to contact your parents, and I'm also going to contact the administrators to let them know. Other than that, there are more rules that I have that I don't really know how to explain in words, but they're not as big as these 5, and I'm going to just let you know as time goes on. For the class procedure, so like I said, this doesn't really pertain to you right now, but it will in the future. So each day we will have a bell ringer, or welcome work, or warm-ups, whatever you want to call it, or whatever other teachers have called it in the past. But I expect you to be in your seat working on the bell ringer by the time that the tardy bell rings. So, for example, first period starts at 7:30 or 7:25, and then about 5 minutes later, that's whenever the tardy bell rings. So I need you in your seat ready to go by the time the tardy bell rings. I will give you a few minutes to finish the bell ringer, and then we might go over it, we might not, but I will be checking those on a weekly basis. But that's mostly whenever we come back to class. And then we'll start the assignment for the day, so whatever it is. I have some toys that I want to play with. They're robots. So towards the middle of the year or end of the year, we're going to be playing with those as long as social distancing is applied. Other than that, I have activities that I have planned that I think you will enjoy, and it should be a pretty good year. So other than that, that covers the front page. Like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know and I can go into more detail for you. Other than that, let's move on to the second page. Okay, continuing the class procedure. Since this will be a flipped classroom, you'll have an assignment each week to watch a video or two. This video will be worth a grade, and as I mentioned before, you will need to take notes as you watch it, and you'll have to do an assignment with it, like practice problems or a survey or something of that sort. And in class, we'll be working on the homework that would be normally assigned for the week, as I said earlier. And of course, if this doesn't really work well for us in general, I'm going to be flexible, and we can switch back to the more traditional style of teaching, where Monday and Tuesday, Thursday, Friday will be more lecture, and then the days that you are home will be more of homework days. But I think a flipped classroom helps you understand the material more deeply, and it makes it easier to have a nice relationship with everybody in the class. Now, moving on to the homework policy. This you should love or hate. I'm not really sure which one it'll be yet. But I kind of like it. So the homework will be given on a weekly basis. I will assign you homework during the week, and the homework will be due on the first day of the following week. So that means if I assign you something on Monday morning or Monday, just in general, it won't be due until the following Monday or Tuesday, whichever is the first day of the week. So that means that you're going to have a full week to complete it. I did that mostly for if you're playing sports, if there are sports this year, a band, choir, cheerleading, just anything like that, and you have a busy schedule. I try and make it a little bit easier on you so you can have, all the time that you need to be able to do it. But that won't apply for right now. It will only apply for whenever we actually go back to classes. Whenever we do start assigning homework, I'm going to give you 2 days in class to work on it. So let's say I assign you something Monday. I'll give you Tuesday and Wednesday to work on it. Then Wednesday at 11:59, that's when it's going to be due. So by midnight that night. And you're going to have to upload it to Google Classroom. And like I said before, those videos by Miss Miller are going to be online, so you're able to actually work through and see exactly what you need to do. But other than that, that's my homework policy. The biggest one that I have is the academic dishonesty policy. And basically, this is my policy on cheating. So that means if I find that you have cheated in any form or fashion, you will automatically receive a 0 on the assignment. And there's not going to be any redos. I will contact your parent/guardian, and I will not accept any work that's not your own. So that means that if you are using photo math or posting on Snapchat asking for the answers or something like that, and I find out about it, then I'm going to automatically fail you. Like, there's not going to be an issue about that. So that means that, one, I know how to use technology. I know exactly what you're doing. I know what to do to figure out if you're doing it. So I have PhotoMath downloaded, and I can just take a picture of the stuff and see if you copied down exactly what it said. Or, they use terminology that you will never learn. So if you start using it, I know what's up. But other than that, I don't care for cheating at all, and I'm going to give you a 0 even if I suspect it. But I want you to understand that just don't do it, and we won't have any problems. Alright, now for the grading policy, which is probably the biggest one for you, this section right here. So the grading policy is, what the county and state require. It's a 10-point scale, so 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, so on and so forth. It's what you've been dealing with for a while now. The only thing about it is I will not round your grade. So that means if you earn an 89.5, then you're going to earn a B, not an A. I'm not going to round you up to a 90. As for that, if you can show me that you're really working hard and you're really doing all the things I ask you to do, if you have an 87, you might have a 90, but I'm not saying that I will definitely round you up. You just have to show me that you're willing to work for me and that you haven't given up on me. Another thing is that the grade will be calculated like this chart. So that means that the Bellinger is going to be worth 10%, homework and classwork is going to be worth 30%, chapter exams are 50%, and class participation is 10%. So that means that as long as you are participating in class and doing the chapter exams pretty well and doing some of the homework, then you're going to pass the class. But I want you to understand that if you go to sleep in class, you're going to lose points. If you're not answering questions like for weeks at a time, you're going to lose points. If you don't turn in Bellingers, you're going to lose points. And I just want you to understand that if you just choose not to do the homework at all, then you're going to earn a 70% as your highest possible grade. And that's if you get 100% on the chapter exams, 100% on the bell ringers, and 100% on class participation, which is very unlikely. But I just want you to understand that that's what we're dealing with here. Moving on to the third page. So this page is the one that I need back. So this is the third page. This is the page that I'm going to require you to upload to Google Classroom. What I need you to do is read this. It says, I hereby declare that I have read and understood all the information above. I promise to follow the class rules and the procedures to the best of my ability and understand the consequences if I fail to do so. I have also allowed my parent or guardian to read over the syllabus as well, and they too understand what I'm expected to do. Once you've read this, and if you have any questions, again, you can email me or text me and I will respond to you as soon as possible. But after you read this, I need you to print your name here, then sign, and date. And then I need your parent or guardian to print their name, sign, and date. And like I said before, I need this returned by 9/11/20, which is this Friday. So if you can get that to me by then, that would be perfect. If you have problems uploading the assignment, just let me know and I can help you one-on-one. But that's my syllabus, and this is what I expect out of you for the entire year. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful week. You can expect an assignment to pop up on Google Classroom tomorrow, and you can have video links the following day. I will see you next Monday with a video. Hope you enjoy. Bye.